The Gentle Whisper of Women by Jackie Vandertoon. At night when the house settles into its quiet, I lie on my back and stare at the ceiling. That's when the ache creeps in. The heaviness in my chest, the sorrow in my head that feels too full to hold. I turn to my husband and whisper the question that presses hardest against my ribs. When will this pain end? When will the grief from losing her stop? He takes a breath, and in the dim light his voice is soft but steady. There's no timeline, he tells me. The pain doesn't go away, it just dulls. She was such a beautiful woman. Kindness poured from her effortlessly, in her smile, in the way she moved through her days with purpose, in the apple pies she baked, just a little undercooked at the bottom. We teased her endlessly about that soft dough, but we devoured every slice because she made them with love. She doubted her abilities sometimes, quietly, privately. But anyone who knew her saw the opposite. She created community simply through her presence, bringing people together in ways that made everyone feel welcomed, needed, and seen. She was the pillar of the family, the one who held everything steady without ever calling attention to the effort it took. She never asked for anything. She never complained. She never appeared burdened by any request. She simply gave, freely, endlessly, as though generosity was woven into her bones. She had been sick for years, though she never called it sickness. Cancer, the dreaded word, took root, but she refused to let it define her. She lived as though it were simply another part of her story, not the whole of it. Only near the end did the exhaustion begin to show. We all knew her time was coming. Yet when it arrived, it hit like a mountain collapsing. Her absence carved out an emptiness we weren't prepared for. In those early days of grief, I felt unmoored. I remember walking through a busy store, anger simmering at the sight of people laughing, smiling, living. Did they not know the world had just lost someone extraordinary? How could life move on so simply when ours had been so profoundly shaken? I found a book not long after, A Grief Observed by C.S. Lewis. And in its pages I felt understood. Grief, I realized, isn't just sadness. It is a testament to love. It reshapes you, remakes you. It takes the parts of you that only that person could awaken. Their smile, their voice, that undercooked apple pie, and leaves you subtly different, permanently altered. After her passing came the year of firsts. The first birthday without her, the first family holiday, the first Christmas. Each one a gentle tearing, a reminder that grief doesn't disappear overnight. It asks you to adjust, to find a new normal, to learn how to live in a world where someone essential is missing. Years passed and still the heaviness lingered. I missed her advice, her laughter, her stories, her presence beside my children as they grew. I assumed this weight was simply part of who I was now. And then, unexpectedly, I met Susanna. We crossed paths in the most ordinary of places, a kind of encounter you don't expect to shift your life. We chatted casually, then decided to meet for coffee, slowly turning these small moments into something like friendship. She was older, grandmotherly, not someone I would usually gravitate toward, but we shared a love of music, of porches and guitars and the way voices rise together on warm summer nights. One afternoon over coffee, I found myself telling her everything. 20 years of grief poured out of me. The sadness, the emptiness, my longing for the life she would never see. The apple pies I would never taste again. Susanna listened, her eyes calm and steady. Then she leaned in, her voice low and sure. "You must know," she said, "that she's here beside you. Not just her, but all the women who came before her. She stands on your left shoulder, and behind her stands her mother and her grandmother and all the women of your lineage. Their wisdom and strength are holding you up. They walk with you. They celebrate your growth. They cheer for your children. They are with you." Her words settled into me like warm light, opening something in me I hadn't felt in years. Now, when the heaviness rises, I turn slightly to my left, and there they are. Her face, her strength, and the long line of women behind her. I feel their presence, soft but unwavering. These women walk beside me, giving me a sense of resilience I didn't know I still had. Their strength pours into me in quiet ways. They have carved a path for me long before I took my first steps, and even now they shape the ground beneath my feet. They speak to me, not always in words, but in knowing, in instinct, in that subtle pull in my chest that tells me which way to turn. They are my legacy. They are my teachers. They are my guides. They instill in me a deep intuition, a wisdom that rises from a place older than memory itself. And when I slow down, when I breathe and soften and listen, I can hear them. Those gentle whispers of encouragement, of direction, of love. They remind me that I am never alone, that strength flows through me because it first flowed through them. I can feel them in my darkest moments, circling me, enveloping me with their arms, holding me. I can feel their heartbeats that travel back generations, instilling in me their love and their presence, comforting me. And the grief? Yes, it's still there. It may always be. But now when I think of that long line of women, I find myself smiling, because instead of tears and heaviness in my heart, I feel them. Feel their arms wrapped around me, holding me, rocking me, carrying me through. I hear their heartbeats in the moments of quiet. I feel their breath with the softness of the wind. I see their beauty in the butterflies that flitter by. I feel them filling my body with their love and instilling in me their generations of wisdom. And I know that as I continue this winding journey of life, they will walk beside me, steady and strong, always.